I mean, it took me about 1,000 years to actually figure out what was going on. I mean, for me, the LS, Lucifer, Lucifer Star, the original and only. Anyway, it took me a very long time to figure out what was going on with Earth and everything else. And it took me a long time to like I say, if you go back in time or whatever, you will notice. Well, I mean, there should be lots of pictures of blacks and lots of pictures of black communities, but there seemingly aren't any. They're missing or for some reason. It's like they were almost hiding behind the cameras. Like they didn't want there to be any record of black people. Like they didn't want me to know about black people ever having existed. And it's like, I know they exist. I created them. So anyway, I created them a long, long time ago. Anyway, though, so I knew that they existed. I was like, where are they? They're out there somewhere. I know it. I had dark people. I knew the zombie way people very well. And besides, like back in 19 something or other, like I say, there were little black boys wandering in town, and they were going up to they went up to one of my teachers, and they were like, they actually ended up shooting her because she had spurned off this black whatever. She she didn't want his advances or something like that. He was trying to rape her. He did rape her, and basically, I had this other guy go in there, security guards go in there to protect her, and I think she ended up being shot. I don't know if she lived or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what happened. But there was this British school teacher, and she was being harassed and bothered by these people. And there's these kids that were wandering through town. They would steal cars and stuff like that, and also would rob my general store. I had a mine or a well there, somewhere in, I don't know, around Africa. It was a desert kind of place. Anyway, though, but these black people, these black children would wander in and stuff like that, and they would be carrying guns and stuff, and like little 6-year-old and 8-year-old kids with guns, basically, and they would go up to people, and this one guy would tell them to shoot them. I think they were black anyway. They said they were someone else, but I'm pretty sure they were black. But I mean, because that's where I got all my black people from. Is I had dogs that would go out there and they would grab the kids and get the guns away from the kids. They would go for the side with the gun and and make them drop the gun. The gun would keep and the dog would go over him and get him on his back, and then they would run up and they would kick the gun away from the little kid, and then they would pick him up and take him to a better place. And they were just cheaply made guns and usually jammed on the kids anyway. So I mean, it was like a 1 in 5 chance that you were going to get shot. So, or 2 in 5 chance that you were going to get shot. So because they were really, really, really cheaply made guns, like Saturday Night Light special kind of guns. Anyway, though, so this one guy was giving the kids guns and having them run around, and then and we got them away from them and put them in a school and everything else like that, and tried to teach them manners and try and give them a good education and teach them that it wasn't okay, that their dad was wrong, that he was psycho, because he just said shoot them and then take their stuff and then bring it back home. It's like, oh, some father, some leader. Anyway, I guess he had too many kids. So from all the women he was having sex with or raping or something. Anyway, so it was during the Desert Fox campaign. Anyway, so I knew I had them. I knew they were around. So it's like, well, I know they're around, and I used to lead people like the zombie tribe, and I had people go there, and they raped the girl I sent there. So I was rather upset and all that. Anyway, because I had lots of women. Women worked for me exclusively. So I wouldn't work with men back in the day. I was like, I won't work with men. I don't trust them. It's just, I don't know. I didn't mind men really, and sometimes I even liked them, and even like I say, the one Starfleet admiral or captain that was like flightless bird. He would say to me, "Flightless bird," and I would laugh because it's very funny. Anyway, because I was, I'm the inventor of flight and everything, but I don't fly, so I'm a flightless bird. Anyway, so So anyway, so I sent people there to protect her and keep her safe, and eventually moved her out of the town. I think she got shot, and then I moved her out of town. I don't know if it was a headshot though, but I forget what happened in that. And we eventually did kill 36 of the. Well, we found them and imprisoned them. I think some people call them Middle East. They said that they're Middle Eastern, but I don't think that they were. I don't know. Anyway, we found some of the women. They had them in holes dug out, just shallow little holes, and there'd be like 3 or 4 women in there that they would have chained and basically using them as basically rape tribe. They would just like 5 women chained to chained to the floor with whatever, and then they would just rape them, and then have children come out. And it's like, oh, seriously. So anyway, and there were like 18 of them or something like that around in there or something like that. We eventually got them all basically and got all the women. Like each guy had like 3 or 4 or 5 women down there inside these little things, and they were starving to death and sick, and it was really horrible. Like we kept trying to find them, and we'd know that they were there, but by the children that would eventually wander in town with guns. It's like, oh, another one. Anyway, so and my people, my German army was driving around there, and they were also doing the dust filter experiments and stuff like that. Like that's why we were in the town or around in the area, and I was like, and I even was like, call up, and I called, I had someone call up the guys, and I was like, could you take a side trip? And they're like, a mission? I was like, yeah, try not to get shot. They're like, a mission? I was like, more than just driving around the desert, yes, a mission. And so they went over there and they trained some dogs and did the mission and found the people. So I have to admit, I had to kind of keep my armies a little bit occupied because they were just like doing roads and stuff like that. They were just driving around the vehicles and stuff. And it's like a mission. It was kind of cool at the time. So anyway, yeah, I sent them on a mission. I was worried about them because I was like, these kids will actually shoot you. So anyway, and try not to shoot too many of them. I didn't like my people. I tried to do things on the right way. So anyway, so they went over there, and they got the kids, and it wasn't really a real fight because they're just children. But that's where I got a lot of my black people from. Is that I wasn't really leader of them exactly. Like I said, mostly Germany and Britain, and mostly places I bought and purchased. And then it was like, you will swear yourself to me, and only me. So anyway, and they did. They're like, yes, we do. And they'd wave at me in the films. Or whatever, or wave at somebody in the films. Probably their boyfriend. Anyway, I had purchased Germany, so. Anyway, I did lots of building in there and stuff, so. Anyway, but Hitler was a problem, kind of. Well, not the original Hitler, but the Black Hitler was a problem. And like I say, the last thing I heard of him, he was screaming about me killing his son or telling him that he was going to kill everyone and all kinds of stuff. And I don't know. Like I say, I think he attacked someone. There's a lot of war stuff that has been kept secret or whatever.